Well, we're back at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm here with you. My name is Reverend Annie. I'm an Akashic Channel. It means I'm a channel who works in the Akashic Records. And this is the live video where I channel answers to your questions. And you can ask about anything. Questions are can openers. If you're looking for information or a shift in energy, then questions are what you want to know. It's like, this is how you open things up. Good morning, Cheryl. How nice to see you. Yay. Apparently I'm not going live on my laptop. I really I've been trying to get on do the live through my laptop and I clearly don't know how to do that. So changing over and doing it the way I was doing it before. I'm just gonna try and get your questions up on my laptop so I know what we're doing. Sorry about this weirdness and then I'm dealing with the Facebook delay. There's like a 20-second delay between when you post something and when I receive it. But I know that the divine is here working with us and all will be well, regardless of what I think. I have so many judgments about myself, about how I look and my work and all that sort of thing. I'm just gonna let go of them and I'm embracing my imperfections today. So happy New Year, Cheryl Molick. Happy New Year to you. I'm really glad you're here. I want to read some kind of a simplified version of the I and my soul are one affirmations. And if you want to, and I highly recommend that you do this, repeat them after me out loud. You know, if they're very believable when your personality hears them from yourself and your voice. Okay, Cheryl, if your question here in just a second, I'm going to do these affirmations and then we will go into that question. So repeat after me out loud. I and my soul are one. I trust my inseparable soul to love me no matter what. The more I merge with my soul, the more healed and whole I am. Thank you, soul. Thank you, great creatress, the divine. My soul assists me with solutions, insights, and inspiration. My soul never abandons me or leaves me in times of trouble. I trust my inseparable soul to stand by me. My soul has never and will never reject me. Unified with my soul, I easily trust that I am being divinely guided. This holds me steady and aligns me with my divine purpose. The present moment is the only moment of power and interest. I affirm that this is a friendly universe in which I intrinsically belong. Receiving my divine instructions for this day. All thoughts, words, and deeds that most serve the divine and others arrive pre-formatted with your impeccable timing, love, and strength of purpose. As I assimilate unification with my ever loving, ever loyal soul, and as I identify as my soul, many wonders become available. All right. I'd like to start things with a prayer and focus. Okay. Cheryl wants to know, I'm going, she says, I'm going to New York in a couple of weeks. Is it safe? I'm excited. Well, and I, it's almost as if you're saying, is it safe to be excited about your plans for going to New York and for the trip that you have planned for the for yourself? So I'm going to repeat one of the acronyms that I do love, and it's for fear. Future events already ruined. And it's always good to know that when my fear comes up, I'm always worried about the future. It's not what is going on now. I mean, I'm breathing, I have food in the fridge, I've got gas in my car, it's always about the future. So one thing you can do with the fear is put it in the lap of the divine and give it to the divine. Let me just also look at what you have planned and why you planned it. You, this is going to be an interesting trip for you. They're bringing up a past life that you had, and I'm seeing the year 1857, where you were living in New York. My sense is that you were a recent immigrant to New York and still adapting to the land, the vibration, the air, the environment in New York, the people that were around, that it was very new to you, even though you had come from a big city. And my sense is it might have been London. And a bustling city. So you had some ability and experience being in energy of that nature. There, when you moved to New York in this past life, it was an adaptation to the variety of nationalities that were there and the social strata and the powers that be. And there was a lot of vying for power by the locals. You are not of high birth status, so and your social, you would never claim to be anything other than poor. Although you were okay, you were doing quite well. oh, there were some things about the previous immigrants who were Dutch who resonated with you. I think that some of your ancestors were Dutch, and so some things made sense to you. And I see you in a sky blue dress with a white apron and a white like cap on your head, and um uh, gathered cap with a little ruffle around the edge over your head, and you're just doing basic things like laundry and cooking and marketing in the street stalls, and you witnessed a death, and it was odd because it was a shooting death, and at that time in humanity's development, there weren't nearly as many guns available and around, much less gunpowder, ammunition, and you had to make it yourself or get somebody to make it for yourself. So it wasn't the most common thing, and it was noisy, and it was impactful, and it wasn't what you had moved to the United States to witness. So um that's the fear, is that you're going to witness more things in New York like you had witnessed in that past life. There has been, there have only been one other past life that happened after the 1857 one. And of course, you lived through all this, but they're showing me that year as the year of the event, and how it scared you and made you feel extra protective of yourself and your loved ones, and the children that you were to bring forth later. But they're saying that there's an interesting sense of energy coming through now. It's a real smoothing out of what you're experiencing in this life, that by going to New York, you're going to claim and reclaim a level of innocent courage that you feel that you've been missing. And it's all right to walk around New York with your innocence intact. And also your discernment can be, you can kind of turn up the volume on your discernment when you're there, even in the airports, leaving, traveling on a plane. I'm assuming you're flying. Um, and and when you get to, when you're traveling from the airport to New York City. New York. You didn't say New York City, but I'm seeing a city. Like that. So reclaiming your innocence, your bravery, your courage. There's a steadiness that you're looking to reclaim. And it's a much more adult steadiness. When the vision I was having of you in the lifetime of 1857, you were maybe about 19. So you were quite young, but you already had two children, young children, very young children at the time. And so there was that level of maturity and awareness. Now, reclaiming this, it doesn't feel like you're taking your husband and your son with you. It feels like you're going alone. And I think that's because this is not a trip to create more family bonding or have a new experience as family, but as an individual. And I think it's a good time for you to go to New York. dress warm. I think there's going to be snow. That's what's coming through anyway. Oh, your family is going. All right. Well, then try to honor this spiritual quest. Your soul is going to probably create some really interesting experiences for you while you're there where you get stuff. And it may be something we can go over when you get back, what happened or what you saw that's triggered memories or made you feel that you knew something, but you want to double check and validate that. I would validate it in advance because your wisdom and your knowingness is highly attuned. So, you know what you know. All right. Good morning, Suzanne Owen. Nice to see you. All right. Let's see. Teresa says, I was also curious about my upcoming trip in 2 weeks, laugh out loud, to Panama and Costa Rica, but more concerned with my not receiving any messages. You're more concerned about not receiving any messages. We mean the thing that you were talking about, like on your early January post. I'm sorry, I came across that rather late in the day. I think if you're going to refer back to history and memories about travel, Teresa, I would encourage you to tune into your Hawaii trip. Although the first few days might have been herky-jerky with the upset in lodgings and so forth that you had experienced, really, the truth is you are well cared for and everything works out for you, even when you feel that you're in the hands of strangers or having to trust people that you have never met before, and that it's okay to do that. Okay, there was a recent time when you went through this last spell and you were deeply in pain and having some trouble with your body. It's you turned down the volume of that pain, and you with it you turned down the volume of messages that were coming through for you and made it difficult for your literally for your physical self to receive them. So I'd like you to install, remodel and install 2 volume controls. One is, thank you for the balloons, whoever said that, that's lovely. One volume control is for the pain and a second volume control is for the messages. Now, disconnect that the messages, being able to receive messages amplifies pain. There's like 2 plugins that you can get more bunny and more balloons. Thank you. And receive the messages through the backside of your heart, your spiritual heart. And let that come up to your knowingness and your brain and that part of you who makes sense of these messages. But any message of strength or usefulness is wrapped around a core frequency of love. And so it has to come through the heart, then through the mind. Now, the pain frequencies, you've also got them dialed down at different places on your spine and in your shoulders. And so go ahead and drop those down to like 0 or 1, maybe 2. So you understand what's going on with your physical body, but so that that is disconnected from your ability to receive messages. Good morning, Tom Sawyer. Nice to see you. What a great name. So, and that too, it has got some fear in it, the travel thing. And, the world is a big place, and it can be anything that you need it to be. And these trips for both of you who are traveling, Cheryl and Teresa, are part of your soul's expeditions, and getting you out of your normal environment where you feel calm and in control and have a certain amount of things set. Traveling gets you out of that, as you know, Teresa, and sometimes it's such a relief to get out of the regular routine, predictable, minute after minute is so, you know what to expect. You don't know what to expect in travel, and that's part of the lure. So be in that place of being curious, be in that place of knowing that you are loved and held in grace. The divine keeps saying the word grace, grace, grace. For both of you, grace is part of you. Grace is how you get around. Grace is how you go through life. And there's a certain innate trust in both Cheryl and Teresa that grace is always the wild card, and you really are held in that divine grace, and you can trust that. Okay. Shannon Altman Hood, trying to decide if I go home next week or extend my stay. Well, again, we're in the future. And unless there is if there is a deadline where you must choose, then you embrace that deadline. And so when you think about staying where you are, Shannon, for an additional stay, or what comes up for you, I'm feeling there's fear that you will return back to the old setting if you go home and just fall right back into the old traps. And I think that who you are now is different than you were before you arrived at your location where you are now. And you have set in motion many things that will assist you to manage going home and be able to change the patterns that you have normally utilized in your life, and do the things that are new to you, and reestablish some things and create some new friendships and support systems. Really, the things that brought you down before, Shannon, that got you to where you are located right now, were isolating, not expressing your feelings, not accepting help, and not changing when it was time to change, because you knew that you had stayed in a job too long, and it's kind of like staying in a relationship too long. Like when you got the signals to leave and you're getting that information and you don't act on it, it sort of rots and festers. And then it becomes this constant conversation, which then drives you nuts. And there's only one solution to that. And you were doing that solution, and it would backfire on you, and brought up an additional problem. So now I would do that third step prayer. God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help. Of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. That is a powerful, powerful prayer, and realigns you with your soul and the divine all the time, and realigns you with your divine purpose, which is really important. Shannon has commented here. Get rid of all the questionable pound in my phone. Well, if those are diversions that don't support your higher purpose and your physical wellness, your mental wellness, and your spiritual connection with the divine, the innate connection you have with the divine, that those, yes, you clean up your phone and do it with, today. If you want somebody to be with you while you do it, and I'm thinking it's almost like a little confessional, just have somebody be with you while you do it and ask for support, because some things are scarier when you do them. Let's see. This is so true. Thank you very much. Okay. Let me just see if with Shannon, if there's anything else that needs to be said. I'm getting the message that your soul and the divine are looking out for you, Shannon, and that they have you in a heartfelt embrace, and you are loved. And so stay in the present, follow directions, pray a lot. Really, really, prayer really helps. It is so useful. It is so powerful. Don't underestimate the power of prayer. You can be led even even if you're just reciting things by rote. It's the words have power. And in my world, the spoken word has the number one power. Second power is the written word. And third power is thoughts. Thoughts are powerful. They are very powerful. And it's always good to bring your thoughts up to date, so you know what your thoughts, into your present mind and thinking, and go, is this a thought I really want to think or not? Is this helping bring me up, or is it minimizing me or weighing me down? Okay, so saying things out loud. I'm afraid. I'm happy. I'm loved. I'm guided. Saying prayers out loud. Say them out loud whenever you can. I remember early in my spiritual journey, the someone said, you can always hide out in the bathroom and go in the bathroom and sort of recollect yourself and call the light to you. And I'm thinking, for you, you can always go into the bathroom and say, even if it's a whisper, you're saying out loud the prayer that helps you. And memorize that third step prayer. It has stayed with me for 24 years and been very, very useful. And always pray before difficult things. Okay, all right. So I saw Suzanne Owen. Any messages for Shannon Owen? Good work, Shannon. Your center is far more in the solar plexus, like just below your around the apex of your ribs, where your ribs come together at a point, and in there where they meet. That's where your center is, and that is a great place to connect with your soul's messages for you and your divine connection with, and where to take in divine will for you, Shannon, or Suzanne, excuse me, Suzanne. And it's like you are definitely digesting the divine's will for you. And I know in past they've been looking at where do you go, how could I, what do you have to do? And it seems like you're getting the message to stay put and to just like stop moving, stop running away and thinking that it's going to be different and better somewhere else. You got to stay with you and be who you are and do what you do and not run away. It's like turn and face you. And when you think it's turn and face your demons, you're not a demon. So you're not facing you that's a demon. You're facing the light that you are, that spark of light that you are. So turn and face that and be with that. And it's like update your personality to understand that you are a spark of light and you're doing your soul's work here and you're doing the best you can and you're staying put and you're not running away from yourself. That set of affirmations I read at the beginning, those are in my Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness companion journal. This is a good thing to get to go with the book up here, this book, because each chapter has questions, and this companion journal gives you the questions already written out with places to write your responses in as you open your records and explore in your records. And I think, Suzanne, do you have my book? You gotta get my book. You do, you have my book, because you were in the class. Anyway, so, this is like a ripping away the layers of, you really have stopped believing that you're a bad person. That's a huge accomplishment, Dan. It's a huge accomplishment. And yeah, you've made mistakes, but boy, have you learned. And so stay with yourself. But the affirmations I was using earlier are in the book at the back, along with the great creatress invocations and all of that. Anyway, and all of those, the I and my soul are one affirmations are in the Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness book. And at the back of the book are all the exercises and all the prayers and all the invocations. So you can go there and find them. And what I read is sort of a distilled version of the I and my soul are one affirmations, which I really, really like. It takes a lot of guts for us to be human beings trying to move back into our souls and bring our souls down here on the planet with us. And it takes courage to do it. So everybody gets gold stars for all of this. Oh, you need to purchase it today. Great. Whether you want, I'm gonna put some links to some links in the here that go to the audiobook. And I suspect it's Suzanne, you or some of the other people would like the audiobook version. If not, Amazon's the fastest way to get it, the print book, And let's get this. Copy. Da-da-da-da. And I'm gonna put those in here, edit, paste. If you want, the, if you want to order the print version of this, probably the fastest way is to order it through me. It too is $22, the book is 24, I think the audio book is 22. But order through me, send me a message, give me your address, where you want it sent, and and both of them, and I would love to write an inscription inside these books so that it's very much personalized for you. Like you can see, there's this autographed copy sticker here, and that means I wrote in it just special for you and not just signed it. So you can get that from me. So private message me and we'll get that going. And you can pay me on Venmo or PayPal, whatever works for you. I like Venmo better because PayPal takes their cut and it's not a lot of money, and I gotta keep my expenses down. Anyway, so how are we doing, folks? What's next? I want to see your comments. And of course, they're not showing me many of those. Okay, the audiobook. I want a hard copy, but I will purchase one with your signature next month. Okay, great. Yeah, I think audiobook is good. It's my voice narrating the book, and I wanted to do it personally because each chapter is channeled, and some of the chapters are channeled by Anubis, my original guide, who when I started channeling, that's who came through to be with me. And oopsie, just making a little adjustment there. And some chapters are channeled by the Akashic Beings of Light, who are my guides in the Akashic Records, and some chapters are channeled by the Great Creatress. And I wanted those energy of who they were to come through, who these beings are that help me and us to come through, to help you. So you'll get the vibration that we're after. And like that. So sounds good. All right. What are we doing on time here? Here we have time for another question. Good, Suzanne. Just keep, do what you can with it. Keep going, keep going. Everybody, do you know how loved and supported you all are in the divine's universe? Every time you reach out for help or connection with the divine, she is reaching out with her love and her hands to help you. She's always receptive. She never scorns you. She never judges you. That's why really there's nothing to forgive, because the divine never judges you. Good morning, Cynthia Baldwin Spitzer. Very nice to have you watching. Wow, thank you. So if you're new to this live, you can write your questions in the comments, and I will get to you as long as we have time. And just refresh my page to make sure if there are other comments or questions, I can catch up with you all. How much is the audiobook? And it depends on where you go to buy it. And guess what, folks? It's in the library. So what is it, Hoopla or library, Libro FM are the library supplier. So, check with your local library and they can probably get it for you. Or any library you're connected to, you can probably check it out there. But on various platforms, I set it up at $22 for an audiobook and sometimes a special for 19. I think some of those $19 specials have expired by now because this was about 6 or months ago. When that was done. You can get it on Find Away Books, which is through Spotify. If you have Spotify. A lot of people like that. Libro FM. Libby, no, Teresa says Libby, and I think that is the library. Check that one out. I'm not sure that that's one of the platforms, and as Libby, that's the library program, right? So there. You'd think that being a published author was simple. You just try to get this thing on, printed up and available to people, but then you gotta market it, and then you gotta make an audiobook, and that's expensive. And then you gotta get it on all these sites and get on sites and put them on a lot of different sites, but not everybody, it's an enormous amount of information to manage, so, and I'm doing the best I can trying to manage it, because it's me pretty much by myself, but I do have Marco helping me on like this Facebook group page, and I do have Lisa helping me on a lot of other things that are very important, and she really makes it work. Anyway, so who has another question? And you can ask about anything. Today's been for many people about trips and traveling, and you can ask about relationships, you can ask about health, you can ask about wealth. When you're looking at health, you can go into your own selves and actually have conversations with them. You can talk to your own selves. They are here for you. They will talk to you. They will tell you what they need. Do you need more of this or less of that? Do you need certain vitamins? Do you need certain environments in order to assist you to be your healthiest? You can talk to yourselves and literally put your consciousness in there. Like, if your consciousness is a point of light, you can insert that point of light like a friendly probe and go just on the outside of the cell and see how the cell membrane is doing. And you can also go inside the cell and see if there's like a pile up of trash or some hardening, or is the mitochondria functioning at 100%? You can ask, and then ask it what it needs. If you need more water, do you need more vegetables? Do you need which vegetables? If you need more fruit, which fruit? Do you need more protein? What kinds of protein? Ask for specifics. This is your body. You're not borrowing it, you're not leasing it, you're not going to be returning it. It's going to die with a lot of miles on it, as many miles as you and your soul have planned for you. But you have consciousness rights and privileges to be involved with and supportive of your physical body experience. So you can really utilize your ability to go in there. I should do a guided meditation on going inside the cell and talking to it. Really, that would be great idea, don't you think? Let me know if you like that. Put a yes on the cell meditation in the comments if you want one of those, and I'll get on producing that. I've had a lot of attention and on a lot of other things. Okay. I think, yes, I think, Suzanne, you and I should have a private conversation and about, doing a class. I'm not sure where you are located, if it's an online class or if it'd be in person. If possible, I could do both or, um, I'm open. I would love to do that. And this year, I think the guides are having me do a lot more teaching, and that's why they're having me do the bringing forth soul consciousness. Excuse me, living as your soul. Let me see. I've got to get that up here. Different links. I'm always trying to put these links in at the end when a little trickier. Okay. I'm doing class starts next Tuesday, the 14th at 5 p.m. on Zoom called Living as Your Soul Writing Workshop. And this is an excellent class. You really, if you are interested in this topic at all, this class is for you. I've been posting it a lot on Facebook because, today's the last day that you can get the $75 discount. So I really want y'all to know about it. And did we get that there? All right, there's the link right there in the comments. And I'm having so much fun writing the outline. I write the outline word for word. And I put a lot of attention on it, both physically and experientially. And this, what the guides have guided me to do in Living as Your Soul Writing Workshop is really deeply getting you connected and also removing the inner critic that gets in the way of your writing. Like some of you think, oh, I can't write that. I can't, but that's not, I shouldn't write that, or I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. There's always that self-doubt, inner critic thing that comes in. And I've got several processes that get you completely out of that and into being able to speak to your soul and with your soul, because just like your body, your soul is what is leading you. Your soul planned these lives for you. Your soul chose you as a personality, and your soul chose this body that you're in as a body that was best suited to get its soul purposes accomplished in this life. So, your soul's your soul. You deserve to be in complete communication with your soul. And so this 7-week class from 5 p.m. starting January 14th on Tuesdays till 6:30, maybe a little longer on the first class because there's a lot of groundwork to establish in the first class. This will get you on speaking terms with your soul. I think you'll like it. And you don't want to pay the full freight, $625. If you already have my book and you want to take the class, or if you have both the book and the companion journal, great. Then I'll give you credit off the tuition. So let me know, or if you need a payment plan or somewhere, I'd like to get you in this class. If you're interested, there's a reason. And I don't always want money to be the stopping point, and I have to make a living. I have. This is not cheap producing these books. It is not cheap maintaining them. It is not cheap getting them transformed into electronic downloads or Kindles or audiobooks. And I have to try and cover my expenses at least. That's so far, it's not a great profit-making venture, but I think you'll like the class. And I'm willing to negotiate a bit. There will be a point where I get to a no, but you know, make me an offer I can't refuse. And we can talk. All right. Last look at the questions and the comments. I love writing, expressing. I would love to be involved. Okay. I would really like to be part of that. Okay, we'll message you about the class. Okay, great, great. We're doing good. So I'm gonna bring in. Okay. Greetings and welcome, my lovelies. This is the great creatress, your divine feminine. I am the one who created you to be as you are. I created your soul from a spark of my light, from the infinite sea of light that I created. You are also created of that. And your soul chose you to accomplish its journey in all your lifetimes. And my message to you is that you are loved, you are known, you are held in great esteem. Don't think that you have to earn my love. My love is given to everyone and everything equally, lavishly. As much love as you can bring in is just the beginning of what you can receive from my love, my healing. Yes, you can trust me, and I trust you. It's not that I don't think you're going to make mistakes, but I trust you all to grow in exactly the way that you and your soul have decided to grow, have chosen. You are mighty choosers, and this is the way you are designed. So choose those things that you want. Stand in the light of your strengths and know that you expand to include your weaknesses and all those unique paths to growth, to greater understanding, to knowingness. You are divine by design. And we are with you always. Never fear. We are helping you. All you need to do is ask. If you want to be in the writing class and you don't have the money, ask, and it shall be given. I'll always make available to you those highest and best routes to your becoming one with your soul and one with me, to your ability to expand, to grow, to transform, to choose again and again that which is highest for your good. And so we thank you for being here today. And we love you endlessly, from top to bottom, beginning to end, and there is no end to our love. You cannot ever deplete the supply or take more than you deserve. You deserve it all. And why not? That is how the game is set up. So receive, my lovelies, receive. You are dear to our heart and dear to your soul. So be dear to yourself. And with that, we bid you adieu. All right, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to be here with you, and I thank you so, so much for being with me. Bless you. Connect with me. Annie Bachelder. Excuse me, that's my name. But you can connect with me at anniechannels@gmail.com, anniechannels@gmail.com, or 415-846-2412. Thank you very much. Bye now.